reach,
inspire,
and transform. NASM Optima 2021 Virtual Conference.
our biggest and best Optima yet.
3 full days of learning.
More than 100 virtual sessions.
Inspiring speakers you can't miss.
Challenging workouts to master your skills.
Nutrition and lifestyle facts.
The best community network.
And for the first time ever, with free full online access.
At Optima 2021.
Find out more and register today.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the Master Instructor Roundtable. Regional Master Instructor Marty Miller here with my dear friend, Wendy Batts, fellow Regional Master Instructor. And Wendy, it's that time of year again.
Whoop, whoop. 1 week to Optima, boys and girls. So excited.
Can you do that one more time? I like
whoop,
that.
whoop.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, that's my little dance for the day. So.
I've seen it for the last 15 years.
Yeah. My moves don't change, y'all. It's the same. It's like
eventually it comes back in style. Isn't that like how that goes?
Right. Yeah, shopping carts, reaching for stuff,
Yeah, exactly.
And when we actually,
Optima.
yeah, I was going to say when we come face to face, I'm not afraid to bring it up on the dance floor.
No, she's not.
But that's what we're talking about today, guys. We are talking about what you are going to be able to experience this year at Optima, which is 100% online and 100% free.
Yes, and I think, Wendy, you and I always have this time of year on the map because we were with NASM before there was an Optima, then we had Optima, and then we went through the live and we just couldn't wait to see everybody. And last year things changed and we really enjoyed the virtual Optima. And this year, again, we're still in that framework. Again, hopefully at some point we get through this and we're back to some type of hybrid. But I'm going to look at some of the positives that have come out of this because 2020 and into 2021 is what it is. But, maybe NASM wouldn't have thought about the virtual side of things if we had always been able to be in front of each other in real time. And, this is helpful because people get to go back and listen to sessions that they couldn't get to, and we can get people from all over to connect. So I'm going to look at the positives. And, I know that we're going to go through, just a few of the countless different sessions, but I am excited.
Yes. And for those of you guys that really, we're going to talk about what Optima is and all this stuff, but just realize that, this is an annual event that NASM just started. And so one thing I think it's important to note that when we meet in person, yes, it's an amazing, way to network, and we get to actually put names and faces together because sometimes you see them on Instagram, or you see them on Facebook or whatever, and you just see pictures. But getting to know them, online and then meeting them in person, it really is super impactful, especially if, they've helped you grow your business or whatever the case may be. One thing about last year is we had so many people from different countries that were able to attend. And I thought that, to me, it was remarkable because I was still able to interact with people. I connected with people, via social media and stuff that I never would have had the chance to meet if it hadn't been held virtual. So just, I know it's not the same. It is different. We're not sitting there in, Arizona at the best time of year. However, I know it will be coming soon, but yeah, we're going to talk about what you can expect this year.
Yes, indeed.
So if we move on to the next, the next slide, Marty, what is Optima?
Well, I love the name OPT, Optima, get it. Some people might just go right past that, but it is the yearly conference where NASM goes out and looks for amazing people to present. So yes, there are some people from inside NASM like myself and Wendy. I know that, you've done things to support Optima, but they also go out and get other professionals from different parts of the industry, as well as people that, have a different take on things and bring in different content. So everyone is, high level educators and passionate about what they do, but it's this ability to go in, and a lot of what I like is how people uniquely look at Optima. Or if I'm so focused on some of the things we do, what are some of the other things that are in the industry that I might not have seen? So it's that yearly conference and expo. And interestingly enough, there is a virtual expo hall where you still get to see some of the vendors. Yes, it's great when you can walk through the trade show and get on product and try product, but everything's adapted, and I think you can really get exposed to some of the leading brands in the industry. I know what's going on from my full-time job, so I'm fascinated about all that. And this is the 7th year, so we had 5 years where we were in front of everybody, and now this is our 2nd year virtual. But when you talked about it, it's a great opportunity to learn, still develop as a professional, and still network, because they have done some great things with the networking. And I know you and I were part of that last year, and looking forward to some of that. So, and here's a cool thing: you don't need to be NASM certified to attend it.
And I think that's one thing that often, I feel NASM should promote a little bit more. I mean, Optima is our amazing conference, but we have people that are, presenting, that are lead researchers in the industry, or people that are coming from a totally different mindset of what we're used to. That's not like the OPT model, but they're bringing in something that you could easily, be able to, let's say if it's a tool, like some brand new, something out that's on the market, how could you implement it into utilizing one of the phases and help your clients be able to balance better or move better or become more powerful by utilizing whatever it is. So I think, to me, being able just to kind of have the industry's best gather in a 3-day virtual conference, I think is amazing. And I know that's what I do. I love listening to our master instructors. I love listening to people that work for NASM talk about the OPT model. I feel like I know that pretty well, Marty. So I try to attend some of the other events, and I don't know if you do as well, but there are some that I'm really looking forward to for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I always like to look through the list to make sure I can really pick out the ones that either presenters that I just find fascinating, or people maybe I've never heard present before, because sometimes it's easy to go back to people that you've seen. So I look at it in both ways and try to, again, fill the gaps on knowledge that maybe isn't, at the top, where I think that, there's areas that I can kind of attack this way.
Yeah. And if we go to the next slide, we're going to talk a little bit more about I always call it the skinny on Optima. So what do you need to know about it? Again, it's the industry's leading presenters, where we've got the cutting edge and trending topics. So again, we know what's trending out there. Is it something to stay, something that's not, maybe that won't, hopefully when these presenters come, they'll tell you the good, the bad, the ugly. And then, we're trying to think about the future of fitness. I mean, if we look, Marty, and you think about this, and I know you were kind of a part of me growing up too. When I graduated from college, we didn't have really physio balls that were utilized in fitness. We did that only in physical therapy. We didn't have foam rollers in fitness. We utilized that in physical therapy. And so, obviously we have to give Dr. Clark, props for bringing a lot of this stuff over. However, that's when we got the balance. We were the balance people or the roller people. But now it's, so many people have implemented it into their programming and their lives. And so many people across all industry, the fitness industry, more than just NASM, utilize these concepts because of the benefit. I mean, we're all learning from one another. We're all playing on the same team. And that's one thing I always want people to know, that yes, I'm NASM certified. You may not be, and you come from somewhere else. I'm going to talk you into why I want you to join NASM, but I'm also going to listen to your side of the story too, because maybe there's something that I need, that I'm always about continuing education. So you just never know. But Optima, guys, it's amazing. And you get to choose your sessions. I mean, that's the big thing too. Just like you're in person. There's 3 or 4 sessions going on at the same time. Choose the one you want to go and see.
Yeah, I think you talked about it, and there's 100 different sessions, so you can really gain some awesome content and maybe spark some new ideas that you haven't thought of before. And Wendy, you and I both know that there's some great friendships that we established at the first 5 Optimas that we still keep in touch with a lot of our great people, Instagram, social media, whatever. And it's an exciting time. So it's that kind of start of fall is how I see it.
Yes. And if you're not sure and you have not been on NASM, and this is you're crawling out of your hole and realizing that Optima is right around the corner, if you look on here, you're going to see the dates. So starting on October 21st, that's day 1. It'll be the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. So it is 3 days. You're going to see too, when we get to, we'll go to the next slide and we'll talk about the different times, but everything is going to be in Mountain Standard Time. And, and so that's one thing to remember, because if you're West Coast, think your Mountain Mountain, and then if you're East Coast Mountain. So just make sure that you get your times right so you don't miss a session that you really wanted to see. If you don't need continuing education, you just want to learn, you just want to hear what's out there, sign up for Optima. It is free. It is free. Okay.
Can't beat it.
No. However, if you do want to get continuing education for attending, it's a very, very easy process. And I've actually lined it up for you guys in the upcoming slides. So you do have to sign up for Optima. There is a small fee. Just know that. Okay. They went ahead and put it here. But all you have to do is you go to nasm.org. And if you look on our homepage in the upper right-hand tab, it'll say Optima. And guess what? You click that. And then after that, it says, do you want to just join for free, or do you want to pay, a certain amount? And right now they're holding a discount for kind of early bird special. So if you go and you click that, you're going to get it at a discounted rate, and you can get your 1.9 CEUs that you need to recertify in just this 3-day conference alone. So this is the next one that I get. Marty, I signed up, I watched these sessions, but then how do I get my CEUs?
That's a great question.
The answer is simple. All you have to do is when you watch a session. So when Marty goes and he talks about his session, which we'll have him discuss.
Of course you're going to attend my session.
Yes, of course. But as soon as I'm done, I can go and take, I think it's 10 questions, maybe just a 10-question quiz. And what that does is allows NASM to know that you watched that session. It was super simple because I actually listened to what he had to say. I mean, we're not trying to trick you here. So it's not like you're sitting down for the board and you're doing a CPT exam. You're just doing a session, it's a session recap, pretty much quiz. And then you get the 0.1 if it's a 1-hour session. And so again, you have the chance to do that. That's how simple it is to earn those CEU credits per session that you attend. But you also get access on demand to any of the sessions for 30 days. So you know what? It's not convenient for me to sit there for 3 days sometimes because I have a 5-year-old. I have to pick him up from school. I have to do a bunch of different things. So the good thing is I have signed up, and I know that I can go back and watch any of the sessions that I might have missed that I really wanted to see at a later time for up to 30 days.
And I think even if you have your CEUs, and you don't need the CEUs, you may really want to pause there for a second and pay for the 30 days, because could be inevitably, whenever you go to a live event, there's 2 sessions simultaneous. You're like, oh, those are the 2 I want to go to. And now you have to pick. Well, now you don't have to. You can watch one at one time and go back and watch the other one. And you go back and take some notes. You can rewatch and hear things differently. So I really encourage you to pause before you're like, oh, I'm going to attend it because it's free. Think about what that 30 days offers you with how many more sessions you can attend, or go back and really dig into the material.
Yes. And like I said, there's, when you think about all the different presenters, think about all the
mine.
different. Yes, right. Exactly. The topics are amazing. And if we go actually to the next slide and we actually kind of lay everything out for you, I think it'll start to make a little more sense. So as we move forward here, before we move forward and talk about the sessions, we cannot forget our Optima keynote speaker. So we have Tunde Oyeneyin, and she's going to be joining us. She is a Peloton instructor. And guys, if you have the chance to check her out, she is a true Peloton instructor. She's a motivational speaker. She's NASM certified. So she gets it. She's us pretty much on steroids in the Peloton world. So, so I just want you guys to, join in to listen to what she has to say. There was a Facebook request that Rick Ritchie had asked that if there was a specific question that you had for Tunde, you could have easily submitted. So if you guys submitted, that was great. I think there may still be time. I'm not sure. I'd have to look into that. But, she is going to be awesome. And I'm super, super stoked to hear what she has to say, because, again, with her being a motivational speaker and her being a Peloton instructor, that she can put everyone in a very positive, hopefully mindset.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to myself.
Yes. So now if we move on to the next slide, this is actually where we're going to get into the breakdown. So Marty, you want to take us through this?
Sure. So you can see here that there's over 100 sessions on obviously a lot of different topics. And as Wendy said, Mountain Standard Time. So first session starts at 7:15 a.m. and goes to 4:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Categories that you can choose from: you've got nutrition, you've got personal training, you've got group fitness, and then of course the business of all of these, wrapping it together. And then the session format could be a lecture, could be a workshop, or it could be live.
Speaking of live, you are going to be able to join us. I think it's on day one at 2:30. Maybe. I mean, I need to maybe check that, but Mountain Standard Time. If you guys want to join a live session, it'll be with myself, with Marty, Ken Miller, Angie Miller, and and Rick Ritchie. So Rick and I are like the two outcasts here because we've got different last names. Yes. So we've got Ken, Angie, Marty, Miller, and none of them are related. And then you've got Rick and I. So, but we hope you guys join us because it is an open roundtable. You guys can ask us anything that you want to ask us, pretty much regarding hopefully our podcasts and webinars and what we can do to really enhance and bring out even more topics that you want to hear about, or if you just have questions about us in general, you can ask. So we really, really hope that you attend because I love doing the live stuff. Love it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it.
Especially with my partners in crime over there. So yay.
The Millers.
The Millers
and
Rick. So during Optima, one of the really cool things, because I know there's so many social media people out there, at any given time, if you are joining our event, watching any of our sessions, hashtag us. Let us be able to put it on the NASM page. So therefore we get even more understanding of who's a part of this event, because again, we want to community build. We want to grow our NASM family. And so if you just hashtag any of us with some of the pictures or stories or whatever it is that you're doing, Optima, we want to know about it. So just take a quick note of any of these, and hopefully during Optima, I'm emceeing day one. So I will be hashtagging like a crazy person. And I'm learning.
That was good sound effects.
You like that?
I did.
Yeah, I might put my phone on silent before I do that in the middle of the session. But I'm super, super, super excited about the presentations. And, and Marty, I guess before we even, get towards the end, I know are you doing one or two besides the live?
Two.
That's what I thought. Which ones are you doing? And do you know when they're going to go?
I don't know when they're going to go. Fine tuning that. I'm ready to go, but I am doing one that I titled All the Way to the End. So it's kind of looking at muscles and their end range of motion, but most importantly, I'm going to go over bands and chain training, because what I have found, I watch it in the gym every day, whether it's some fitness professionals or just fitness enthusiasts, people use bands and chains, I think, because they think it's Instagrammable. There is a huge scientific benefit called accommodating resistance on the use of bands and chains, because we have ascending, descending strength curves, bell-shaped strength curves. So we're going to talk about the science, going to talk about when you'd want to use these and what the mechanical advantage is to use the bands and chains with the load, without a load. And that way, at least there's a purpose when you go out and do those cool Instagram snapshots and pictures and videos. But it's really a fun topic. And I just think it's kind of something that wasn't really discussed. But then equally, or probably I'm more excited for my interview with Jake Olson. So Jake is the first ever completely blind Division I football player. If you go back a couple years ago, he plays for USC and he was the long snapper, and he got to play in a game and successfully snapped the ball for a field goal. It was unbelievable. He's such a motivating guy. He's an NASM CPT CES. He works now in a facility for people that have disabilities, and he's talk about motivating. So, he and I have connected multiple times. We're prepping for the interview. So really my job is just to get out of the way and let him be him. But just talk about something that, is another level of motivation. So I'm excited for that one as well.
Those sound amazing. So, and I know, there are so many different presenters. We've got Scott Cheatham, who's one of our one of our lead researchers, and he does a lot for us. And I know he's got a session or two. Michael Watts, so we call him Mikey. He's a performance guy from Under Armour, so I'm super stoked to listen to him. He's got quite an accent, y'all. So if you're into that, he's actually really, really intelligent with an accent. So he's always one that you want to maybe check out. course,
Andy Hanley's doing one.
Andy Hanley, another one of our.
You said accent, so I went down the Irish
yes,
road.
Andy. Yes, Andy is also. He's actually one of our master instructors, and he is very knowledgeable. Does a lot with performance training. So I know his session is going to be amazing. And then I know Ken Miller and Tony Ambler, so my better half are doing one that was partnered with Hyper Ice, talking about some of the percussion therapy that's out there. And, so that one's super, super beneficial too, especially if you're kind of new to using some of the tools out there. But I could go on and on. You got Kat Fairfield for nutrition. And
if I'm not mistaken, our mentor has a session as well.
Yep. Dr. Mike Clark is going to be joining us. I mean, it's the list. I mean, if I haven't called your name, it's not because I don't think you have an amazing presentation. It's just, there's a ton of sessions and there's so many great presenters. I couldn't even list them all, but guys, if you want to see what sessions are out there, you want to know the days that those are going to be held as well as the times. Again, they will start at 7:30, right, Marty? 7:30. 7:15. Sorry, excuse me. 7:15. The last one, or the last one ends at 4:30. So that would be kind of your day frame or time frames for each day. But go to NASM. You're going to be able to pull up a schedule. You're going to be able to see what presentations are going at what times. And we really, really hope that you join, because I don't know, it's amazing.
It's going to be fun.
It's so fun. So if we go to the next slide, this is just kind of our end slide. How can you not grow, reach, inspire, transform, be a part of Optima this year?
Amazing, Wendy. You should do a commercial.
Yeah, they don't want me to do that.
You got my vote.
Oh, thanks, man. But guys, really, we just want to say thank you. We hope that you join us. We would love for you to be a part of it. Again, you can do it for no cost and learn a ton of amazing concepts, industry leading changes that are happening, as well as just kind of get to know some of our people in the industry better.
Absolutely. No, this has always been a time of year that I put on my calendar. I will never miss an Optima. Yes, it's virtual last 2 years now, or this one will be the second virtual, but they deliver, and the speakers deliver, the presentations deliver. It's different, but it is just as exciting. So I can't wait.
Yes. Well, Marty, this was fun. Something totally different than what we normally do.
Totally.
But yes, we thought it was super important. If you guys haven't joined, go to nasm.org, sign up today, and let's see you on the 21st.
Excellent. Look forward to seeing everybody.